Hello youngsters, hope you're well. I just went to a thing called Latitude Festival, which will date this. This is the 2026 edition of Latitude Festival, their 20th anniversary. I was really pleased because apart from seeing Flaming Lips and some other good bands, they had David Byrne, who, it's just God in my book. So David Byrne was like the lead singer of the Talking Heads. Talking Heads split up years ago. He was a very strange man. He's apologised for a lot of what he did back then. Anyway, they started off in New York. They were one of the CBGB bands. They knew Television and the Ramones. And they were fantastic. The first 4 albums especially, which are the ones that I'd sort of heard real time and bought and enjoyed. And a bit like R.E.M., suddenly they started having hits around about the 4th or 5th album and got bigger and bigger, but less and less interesting, shall we say. Anyway, this David Byrne gig, he's 72 now. There are about 15, 20 people on stage, all wearing the same outfits. Each person had a different instrument. It was choreographed, amazing visuals behind them. And he went through the songbook. So, for example, from this album here, he did a version of Once in a Lifetime, which you probably would have heard. That's one of their biggest hits. From this album here, which is the first album that came out in 77, and it's called 77, the famous Psycho Killer, a brilliant version. This album here, Fear of Music, this is an early press, because it's got the slightly embossed, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like sort of metal plate, and you can actually feel it. And off this album, well, he opened the whole gig with Heaven, which is just a beautiful song. What a way to open. And he also did Air. He did stuff from his solo catalogue, and it was just joyous. And one of the things he said during the evening, because he's a very strange man, he just said, I was talking to a friend, and he said, do you know what's punk rock in 2026? Love and kindness. If you wanted to be punk rock and to be against the mainstream and all the rubbish that comes through your screens, yeah, practice love and kindness. And he's right. Anyway, you would have heard some Talking Heads songs even without realising it. And they're just brilliant. And a lot of his solo work, he's done a lot of work with Brian Eno, who produced Talking Heads albums, but he's done at least 2, if not 3 albums with David Byrne. And then the bass player and the drummer in this band, husband and wife team, they formed the Tom Tom Club, and they had hits with songs like Wordy Rapping Hood, and it's just a brilliant band. And in fact, even the drummer, he played in a band called the Modern Lovers. Roadrunner, the original Roadrunner with Jonathan Richman. So they're clever people, but cool with it. So that's my tip. Check out the Talking Heads and David Byrne.